What is this thing called, firstly? Hi guys, welcome to Unlikely Pairings. My name is Vivek Tejuja.
I'm Kautuk Srivastava.
That's right, and we're very unlikely. And the reason we've been paired in this unlikely pairing is because I thanked Vivek in the acknowledgements of my book, and Vivek didn't thank me at all.
Yes, that is true. I did not thank you at all.
Why?
Because there was nothing to thank you about.
True, but you should have just been like, I acknowledge Kautuk Srivastava for acknowledging me in his book.
That I should have done.
Hai na?
Second reprint.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, second edition.
I'm
yes.
waiting for this. Please buy his book so that in the next one I can be in it.
Yes, and buy his book because I'm already in it.
And okay, by the way, I have to tell you why Vivek is in the acknowledgements. Is because this book would not have happened without Vivek. What happened was this. I'd written this manuscript and I had no idea what to do with it because that's how writers are. We have no fucking clue what to do after you've finished writing the book. And then I go to Twitter and Vivek's got this thing saying, hey, does anyone have a young adult manuscript that they would like to get published? And I was like, dude, could you get any more specific? Like, it should have been, do you have a young adult manuscript called Red Card written by Kautuk Srivastava that you'd like to get?
That is true. Yes. I should have just tweeted that.
Hera?
Of course.
So, and that's how I got in touch with Penguin and this book happened. And
yes.
So, yeah, that's why. And I did nothing of the sort for Vivek's book. So I can understand why.
No, that's okay. I would have been just fine.
That's true. Vivek sent me four chapters of the book before. And he's like, what do you think of it? And the feedback I gave him was so good that he was like, fuck it, I don't want to mention him at all. This is great.
Like I said, second print.
Second print. All right. Okay, so why are we here, Vivek? What are we
So we are here to talk about our books.
That's right.
We are here to understand why are they so likely or unlikely in
That's
the
right.
sense. So yeah, let's just go right into it.
Let's go into it. Okay. So firstly, very quickly, I think before we begin everything else, let's just talk
about our books. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Vivek, what do you have to say about your book?
I think my title says it all. So now you know, growing up gay in India.
Right.
And that is India of the 90s.
Right.
And and how Bollywood shaped my life from a Sindhi joint family, how that happened.
Right.
Of course, because I was born into it.
Right.
And then the cousins, relatives, friends. Yeah.
Correct.
And
So
how I
all
came
of
out to my extended family and more. So all of it, yeah.
Hey, I'm
my
sure
book.
you've been asked this like a million times, so I'm gonna do it once more. What made you want to write this particular thing?
Well, you know why? Because a very, very popular publisher rejected my fiction young adult book. And then they told me that why don't you write a memoir? So I wrote a memoir, which was again rejected by them.
Oh.
So then I was like, hey, but I've written a memoir now.
Right.
So HarperCollins and Udayan Mitra, my editor, loved it.
Right.
And then they picked it up. And it is a book.
It is a book.
Yeah, so it happened by accident, really.
Nice.
Now you tell me, why did you decide to write a book like Red Card?
Red Card. Okay. So
Though you've been asked this a million times.
Yeah, and sometimes they ask me like, why did you do it? Like, why? Like you shouldn't have. Like.
Oh, okay, that too.
So the thing is, Red Card, for those of you who don't know, is basically a coming-of-age football story set in school. It's set in the year 2006, and it deals with the protagonist Rishabh Bala playing 4 tournaments, getting 2 red cards, and learning about life and growing up in the process. So the book is, the reason I wrote this book was because I realized that I had peaked in the 10th standard.
Okay. It doesn't sound very, nice, but go on.
I completely hit the top of whatever I was capable of, and then it was all downhill. No, but it was a very interesting time. It was genuinely, for me, the 10th standard was one of the most dramatic, like truly dramatic points of my life, where everything had come together. Because firstly, you have this big board exams thing that happens at the end of the year. You have football going on. You're having crushes at the rate of 3 crushes a minute because you have hormones, and like all of that stuff was coming together. And my parents weren't, my parents were being exactly what parents should be.
Okay.
They were like, your life is fuck all and you're going to end up in terrible places because you're not doing...
Contrary to popular belief, you straight boys have very exciting lives.
We do?
Yeah, I thought it was only us who have like lovely lives.
That's right.
And you guys lead boring fucking lives.
No.
But look what you're talking about.
In fact, that's one of the things we were talking about this earlier as well, and we should talk about this. Like, both of us have written books that are about growing up, coming of age, and they're from very different perspectives. Mine's a straight boy.
You expect them to be, na?
That's right, straight boy perspective and gay boy perspective.
Yes.
And like one of the things that I find is that, I might be like we've spoken about this. Like, you have a more internal struggle, and like Rishabh has a more external struggle. Right? He's like, मेरे को cup चाहिए, and you're like, मेरे को acceptance चाहिए.
मेरा cup है acceptance.
Exactly.
Acceptance ही मेरा cup है.
Exactly. So it's a very interesting sort of like contrast. Also, how much fun did you have writing about nostalgia?
I just wrote it. Yeah, it was fun when I wrote the Bollywood parts. It was fun when I wrote about Sridevi, when I wrote about Lamhe, Chandni. All of that was a lot of fun. All the campy stuff I loved talking about.
But like, even like the specific, like for example, you should see the back cover of his book. This is nostalgia, right?
This is nostalgia, except for those ugly sneakers. I would never wear them, and they would never be mine. So yeah, this is a publisher's thing, not my thing.
Please zoom into this.
I am
sure
just
these ugly
saying
sneakers.
These ugly sneakers are not mine. I don't take ownership of this thing of the cover. The rest is all cool.
Yeah. Why didn't you tell them this? Why didn't you tell the designer this?
They only put it, and then I was
This is such a straight designer flaw, right?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
On the other hand, your cover looks so red and bright and shiny.
Yeah, it's very on the nose.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what this book is about?
Yeah, football. There you go.
Right.
See, and the cup
and the cup
and the red card.
That's right.
It couldn't get clearer than this.
And this was made by Siddhi, who I'm fiancéing.
Fiancéing.
Is that a thing? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but tell me, what was it like for you to write this book? Plus, also the fact it's a big book. Like, this book is what, 334 pages.
34, yeah.
My book is 146 pages.
Nice.
So how was it actually physically writing this book?
You know something? The thing about this book was, it was not intended to be this at all. In fact, it was the opposite. When I started writing this book, I had an idea, and here was the gimmick. Okay, this book was about football, and I wanted to write a book which was 93 pages long.
Great.
Right? 93 pages long. There would be a half time at 45 pages and 3 pages of extra time.
Wow. I don't know this because football lingo.
That's right.
But wow.
Yeah, so basically a match is 90 minutes long and 3 minutes of extra time, half time 45 minutes, right?
I love how you mansplain.
Sorry, I missed the sarcasm with the shit.
No, continue.
Shit.
It is a lot of fun, Kautuk.
I'm a professional comedian who doesn't understand comedy when it's told to him to his face. But like that was the idea. I wanted to write like a 93-page book, and what ended up happening was I would like, like, here's the thing about writers, right? You start writing and then you just indulge yourself, and then I realized that like every section that I was writing was kind of essential to the plot, and I couldn't take any of it out.
I completely understand what you're saying. Yeah, because it is so important that you can't.
That you just can't. And like if you take scenes out, then you're either destroying character or you're destroying plot. So I couldn't do it, and then by the end of it became 334 pages long. But they are like every page is essential to me. So another question is, do you feel like you have a lot of sex in the book?
Some
of the sex.
Yes, but not even sex. What is on the surface?
It's the surface of sex.
Yes.
It is. I don't even know what that is. What is the surface of foreplay? Foreplay is the surface of sex. Making out.
Moving on to your question.
So the question is, how difficult is it to write a sex scene? Because I don't have a single sex scene. I have a holding hand scene.
Yeah, and you have 36 galis.
I have, yeah. Oh, by the way, fun story. I was proposing to my editors. I was like, hey, you know what? We should do a book tour, and because this book is set in school, let's do school tours, right? Let's go to schools and like talk to the kids, and we'll sell the book. And my editor reads the book, and she's like, you have fucker on 42 pages.
Yeah, like what the fuck was that?
There we go. He literally opened a page and it was there. So 42 pages of fucks, and they were like, I don't think we should sell this to kids at all. Like if they
You're
find
fucking
it,
blind, it says. But I'm just saying.
But by the way, that's what teenagers talk like. In
yeah,
fact, I've toned it down.
See, exactly, right?
Toned it down. I still talk like that, but that's different.
So for me, it wasn't difficult at all to write a sex scene or
No?
foreplay or sex on the surface scene or making out scene because it happened.
Oh.
And I was very proud of it that it happened.
Proud of it.
So I was like, Abhi, now see again.
I got action, guys.
Remember we were discussing how with two men it is so transactional.
It is.
So because it is so transactional.
You need to give them some context.
Yeah. So sex between two men generally is very transactional. People know what they want. They are very open about it. They are very clear that they want this. They want to give this much. And we move on.
Yeah, and we had this conversation because Vivek was like, I got a tap on Grindr. And I was like, I need to see this. And Grindr is just it's just dudes who are like, here's what I like, here's what I want. Come on, let's move it. Do you have a house? Let's go.
Yeah.
And
Grindr is a gay app, hookup app.
Yeah, it's a gay hookup app. I was like, dude, Tinder is, we have to have conversations.
Yeah, you have to do that. But no, but the thing is, because it is so transactional,
right.
What also tends to happen is there's a lot of melancholy and sadness at the end of it all. Because you know it's not going to go anywhere. One way or the other. And then nobody's trying too hard to get to know you, to impress you, to woo you. So there's no romance there. There's no dance. It's just one step in bed. That's all it is. There's no dance to it, right?
Nice.
So I think when that happens, no, not nice.
I mean, nice insight. That's what I meant. This is pretty fuck all. Yeah.
But you know what? But when so that's how we learn to navigate and live with it over a period of time.
Right.
So I didn't think I had a problem writing a sex scene. It wasn't a sex scene really.
Yeah.
It was just what happened. You meet this guy on a date, and he sort of hints that this is what he wants, and if you're okay with it, you say yes, and you move on.
Right.
And so yeah, I've just mentioned that. Because not really a sex scene.
Because for me, the thing about the hardest part about writing a sex scene is the vulnerability, because I feel like everyone does sex differently, and you're like, I don't want to be that weirdo. It's like, yeah, why is he writing about this? Does he do this? So
interesting how people will come to your stand-up show after this and picture you doing that.
They do. A lot of the times.
Thank God I don't do stand-up. But
yeah. Are you really into that? Do you put Virat Kohli's jersey and then you do it? Oh, okay.
Virat Kohli's jersey for a football book. I love it.
Yes, kings are kings. Okay.
See, I know this much about cricket and football.
That's
ye
true.
cricketer hai, ye footballer hai.
That's true.
That's all I'll ever know.
That's true. Would have definitely put a David Beckham jersey without shame. Kohli with a little shame. So
Kohli is hot, yeah. I wouldn't mind if a guy in bed put on a Kohli jersey. He's hot.
So now you know. Please zoom into that. Okay. Interesting. So here's the other thing, right? So the memoir type writing that I do mostly for stand-up. That's a lot of like autobiography and like, oh, this happened to me and all that.
Yeah.
The other day, I was at the. It's a true story. Whatever the fuck we do. So the question is that like when I do stand up, right? Like there is a base structure of like ye hua, and then there's a lot of ye hai mirch masala for laughter.
Correct.
Right. Did you have to do that for like entertainment purposes?
No, not at all. My family is very entertaining. I tell you, for instance, my bua in the book, my bua asked me when I came out. Right. She didn't even ask. She just remarked, "It would be nice agar tu lesbian hota." What can two women do with each other? So because for her, sex was only intercourse,
right?
Nothing else, right? So she's like, "Do women kuch kar hi nahi sakte hain."
Oh wow!
So for her, the entire concept of gay only flew out of the window.
Right.
So I didn't know whether to laugh or to cry at her ignorance, but I laughed.
Yeah.
So it's there in the book.
Right.
So I didn't need to really look very far.
Right. Didn't have to put any masala.
Yeah. My family.
You have to tone it down.
My family is ekdam masala.
Nice.
So it was very nice. Like they took me to a psychiatrist, and then they're telling her, "Can you इसको ठीक कर दो ना थोड़ा मतलब
इसको ठीक कर
ये गे है कि नहीं स्ट्रेट है बताओ ना हम लोग को
कुछ पतंजलि है आपके पास
हाँ so she was Ramdev before Ramdev but yeah it was fun, it was a lot of fun.
Fucking crazy.
But
yeah,
sorry, no, I want to ask you, you got a quote from Sunil Chetri, captain Indian national football team.
Yeah.
How, dude? Just because football pe likha?
No. So interestingly,
he read the book, of course.
Yeah, and interestingly, what happened was that one of my best friends Okay, like, and his stand-in, whatever, it's totally fiction. It's not me at all. But one of my best friends is a professional footballer, and he plays for East Bengal right now.
Wow.
And
Wow.
he knew.
Of course.
People, and
Yeah.
he knew Sunil Chetri, and he was very kind to do this. And I think like he's one of the few people who looks at football not just as a career or as a calling or whatever, but he's actually trying to do something. He's genuinely looking beyond it as like, what can I do for football in India, and not just for,
That's lovely.
Yeah, not
It
just
is.
for me.
Even though I don't get it, but it's lovely. But I must read the quote by him. A wonderful book and a must read for everyone who has grown up playing football. Must buy it just because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one of the interesting things that we realized was that the emotions that you feel don't change depending on the level you're playing at. So Cristiano Ronaldo is feeling the same things that you are feeling when you're playing in your shitty building complex with your shitty friends from your building complex.
Interesting. From whom I used to run away and hide.
Oh, yeah, by the way, here's the real reason this is an unlikely pairing. He hates sports.
I hate sports. I absolutely. You hate gays?
That's not the reason.
I know, I'm kidding, man.
So now you know.
I'm kidding. No, because I hate football.
Yeah.
I mean, people watch football and I'm like, ये क्या है? ये सब straight लोग होंगे.
ये
But then I also know gay men who watch football and I'm like, तू छुपा हुआ straight है मेरे क्या? Because you cannot. Stereotypes are there for a reason. You cannot fucking watch football if you're a gay man.
There's going to be one comment saying, I'm a gay guy, I love football. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Shut up.
How can you say that, Vivek, in this time and
Generalizing, you fucking.
Yeah. So, कर दे comment, number भी डाल दे अपना. I shall contact you only for research purposes, but
It'd be hilarious if it becomes a top comment.
oh, I know what you did there. Now I'm going to do this.
I love this, dude. This should be a meme. We should make this a meme. For real. This should fucking be a meme. This is crazy. I can't do anything with red card.
Well, that's okay now.
But just buy it, please.
Yeah, buy it.
I get 12 rupees per book sold.
So do I.
Yeah, right?
12 rupees per book.
It's
Yeah.
Which is why.
But buy the Kindle version, I get 25 rupees then.
Oh, even
Yeah.
I think I do also.
Yeah, you do too.
Doesn't matter if you read or don't read. Just buy it. Or just give us.
Kautuk, don't.
You know what? You
I
want to
think we
just.
shouldn't talk about buying our books now.
You want to just give your Google Pay like QR
No.
code. Either buy it or just transfer the money. I don't care. Either way.
Well, okay.
So
I was supposed to get a
okay,
quote
alright,
from
okay.
Twinkle
Question,
Khanna, but
question.
she gave it late.
she gave it late.
Yeah, so it's not there. No quotes on my book.
Oh wow! What did she say though?
She said endearing and
Enduring.
yeah, and coming of age, post 377 and all of that. It's a great book to read, post 377.
Nice.
So yeah, it would have been great pre 377 also. But yeah.
Okay, question. If your book got adapted
Huh.
into a movie,
Who would play
yeah,
in movie?
yeah.
Definitely not Kartik Aaryan. Cancel.
Why?
Have you met him? Do you know what he does? He does Sonu ke Titu ki TT whatever. I don't know. No, not him. But you know, there's this guy who played.
No, just make up more permutations and combinations of that name. No, just Sonu.
I don't know what it is.
Sonu ki sweetie ki Titu.
Something
That's
to that
the real
effect.
name, isn't it? Fucking nailed it. Why can't it just be Sonu and
I
Titu?
thought it was a great gay romance.
Right, and then
till
Sweetie
she walked
fucking
in.
ruined it. Yikes.
But no, I think
Who
the guy who was in Lakhon Mein Ek, the first season.
Oh,
The young fellow there.
Yeah.
There. I think him.
Yeah?
I can sort of see him
Growing up to be you.
No, not growing up to be me. But I can see perhaps baby Karan Johar growing up to be
Baby
me.
Karan Johar. So true.
No, but no.
If you've met him, 100%. He's
Shut up.
chai with Vivek.
Chai. Sasta chai. Cutting. But no. But who do you see playing Rishabh?
I don't know. How many 15-year-old actors are there?
Wow,
I don't want.
thanks.
You know what I don't. You know what I don't want. I don't
Yeah.
want like, like how Shah Rukh played a college student in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. I don't want like a 44-year-old person.
Yeah.
Going like, I'm in school. You know, I don't want that.
Interesting. Yeah.
I want like an age-appropriate person, and I want Nawazuddin to play the coach.
Interesting. I can see why.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you later.
Oh God. I feel like that's a very inappropriate thing.
No. I'm just kidding. But yeah.
No, but Nawaz Bhai has got the, you know, the thing about him is that he's gruff, but he's fair.
Okay.
Like
I was thinking you'll say tender, but no. Coaches are supposed to be tender
I
and
have
nice.
never, I don't think Nawaz Bhai in his whole life has been called tender.
Tender, but
That's a first. Like if you Google Nawazuddin Siddiqui tender. Only result.
Only result. But Google, if this is the only result and it leads you to watching this video, please Google.
Yeah. All right. How difficult was the writing process for you? Was it very difficult?
No.
Like it just
Actually,
flowed out.
Yeah,
perfectly.
fiction was a nightmare.
Fiction was a nightmare, right?
This, very easy.
Nice. And do you think you're going to just keep writing more memoirs?
No, only if interesting things happen.
So then what are you going to do now?
I don't know. I really don't know. Read books.
Like you should be like, so now you know more.
Yeah, so now you know more.
And then some more.
So now you know enough.
That should be the last one. That should be the last one. Enough.
How was your writing process? Was it difficult? Was it easy?
It took me 6 years, man.
Very difficult.
Yeah. 6 years and now I get 12 rupees
There you go.
per book.
But you know, there's a certain joy of seeing your book out there.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Even though it's not selling, even though nobody has it on their shelf.
Hey, it's selling, okay? What the fuck is this? Even though it's not selling.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking in general.
In general, yeah. Books aren't selling anymore.
No.
I don't even know why you're watching this.
But
Go watch stand-up.
Kautuk, stop. No, don't. You read my book and watch this video about books and yeah. It's books on
These
toast.
aren't even real books at the back, you know this, right? Nobody buys books.
It's books on toast and they love me. So yeah,
true.
okay.
That's true.
Yeah, watch.
I mean, even they had to book books on toast. Because no one buys books just.
All right. Okay.
Sorry.
Very interesting.
Personal.
Lovely conversation. But
So Vivek, this is a question that I just came up with.
yeah, go on.
Why should people, like, okay, what is your sales pitch? Why should people buy So Now You Know?
Well, see, I'm not going to go by that routine sales pitch.
PR,
It'll
change your life.
No, it'll help you. It'll help you understand game men or game boys better.
One thing before, just
Sure.
genuine question.
Sure.
There's very little like literature about being gay and growing up gay.
Yes.
In India.
In India, yes.
Do you like? I'm sure you're going to get like, and you already must be getting a lot of messages.
Yes, that is true.
So
yeah.
are you now the beacon for gay people in India?
No, I'm not the beacon.
Are you the founding father?
No, oh my God, no. But no, see, listen, I'm no beacon of hope. I'm no founding father.
Right.
Because I don't want to be that, which means I lose all possibility of having sex. People only look at me like that. Hey, Buddha admi. But
ये है Gandalf.
हाँ, Gandalf. ये है Gandalf, which I'm not. But and I hate Lord of the Rings. On record, I'm just saying the book. Very boring. But
I thought that the Sam and Frodo thing was a very gay
You're
relationship.
making all the gay references and I'm not. I love this.
Isn't it?
Yeah, here's a very broad-minded straight man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and
Unlike
so
your
refreshing. so refreshing. No, I'm no beacon of hope. I'm nothing, but I'm glad that people are reading the book. I'm glad that they can connect to whatever level. I think it's a very universal thing of being bullied, whether you're straight, gay, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And just to navigate life around that age group.
True.
So I think, yeah.
And I think some of that stuff does not change regardless of how many iPads 3-year-olds get.
Exactly. Even in your book, for that matter,
Right.
the concept of bullying and the angst, so to say,
The
teenage
hormones
angst.
don't change,
yeah.
right? Like you could be, you're sexting now, but we used to write poems.
Yeah.
But the emotion is the same.
Exactly. Or just open the nearest magazine that you had access to.
Right.
Yeah.
The emotions don't change. They are largely the same. Like I got a lot of responses from people saying that I just graduated I mean, I just we use the word passed out in India. I just passed out from the 10th, and I had the exact same experience. And I was
Yeah,
like,
so
"That's
there you
crazy."
go.
Yeah.
That's great, right? So
Yeah.
you connect at some level.
Yeah.
So buy our books.
That's right.
Buy my book, Red Card.
And mine. So now you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It was very, very moving for me to
Buy
come out.
buy it for football because I love it and I play. I play football and I watch matches. I don't know the teams, but I watch matches.
That's right.
And I cheer for men in shorts.
That's
So
right.
Please watch.
And my fiance, his name is Siddhesh.
Yeah.
And
I'm about to get married. Yeah. Okay.
so buy our books.
Yeah.
This is generally a very interesting and very fun read. I had a lot of fun reading.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun.
That's right. And we
Yeah,
haven't read
reading
each other's books at all.
Reading my book.
Superb. All right. So
So
thank
great.
you so much for watching
Thank
Unlikely
you.
Pairings. This
Yeah.
has been a very fun episode. I don't think we're ever going to come back because now this has become a likely pairing.
Yes. So we are not going to come
Yeah,
back now.
not
Yeah.
for this one. We'll come for a likely pairing episode.
Yeah.
But till then,
Read.
Read. And get.
Subscribe to Books on Toast.
That's right.
Yeah.
By the way, subscribe today because the next unlikely pairing is Modi and Rahul Gandhi tomorrow. So we're going to do this. It's going to happen, right, guys? They're not committing to it, but